Well, if you have been following what has been happening in Haiti, you will realize that the Haitian gangs have really honed the skills of fighting law enforcement from their toughs. They have gone to as much as erecting barriers, they have dug trenches, they have even infiltrated the Haitian National Police to some extent because when these attacks are happening in their strongholds, these gang leaders, in one way or another, are getting information before the law enforcement gets there, and they manage to escape these assaults every time because we've seen that happening in Ponsonde, we've seen that happening in Delma, we've seen that happening in different parts of Haiti where these gang leaders have been targeted. They've managed to escape the law enforcement. They have, to some extent, even gone to use the infrastructure in Haiti to their advantage in fighting the law enforcement. But there is one strategy that these gangs have not yet honed the skills of, and that is air support. And that is the promise that the MSS gave, that they are going to have equipment, and this equipment is going to include air support. Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you about the air support, how it can be implemented in Haiti, what the MSS is saying about air support, as well as how the gangs have taken a hold of their territories to make sure that these law enforcement are not getting into their turfs. Well, this is Bonafide. If you haven't subscribed yet, kindly subscribe and hit that notification button so that when I release something new on Haiti, you get notified as soon as possible. Well, in this channel, we've been following up what is happening in Haiti, and we have been talking about different assaults that have been made by the law enforcement into gang toughs in Haiti. We have talked about the law enforcement going into Ponsonde, and in that particular place, the MSS released a statement saying that the gangs there, the Grand Grave gang, had dug trenches so that they can slow down the assault or the attack by the law enforcement after they committed the atrocities against the people of Ponsonde by ending the lives of more than 110 people in that particular place. These strategies that are being used by the gangs are replicated everywhere where these gangs are. They are digging trenches, they are burning vehicles and directing them across the road so that when the MSS or the police, the Asian National Police, are coming to assault them, to attack them, they find barriers and they have to take time so that these vehicles can pass. And they cannot go without the vehicles because these gangs have maneuvered the ways and means of going about these territories. They are using the story buildings to have the height advantage so that they can throw Molotov cocktails on these armored vehicles that are coming into their turfs. They are making sure that they are boring holes in these story buildings to put the snout of the guns and fighting or firing against the law enforcement so that they are using that as a shield. They have gone to some extent to use even people as human shields in places where they are hiding. They are within the communities. They are claiming that they are assisting the communities, but we know that they are advancing their strategies. They are advancing what they can call as their ideologies in these particular places. And they are using people as human shields. They are protecting themselves with the people. And that makes it very difficult for a ground assault from the law enforcement. Currently, 85% of Port-au-Prince is controlled by the gangs. Now you can just see the situation because if the government is controlling only 15%, it is very, very difficult for the government to take over Port-au-Prince in just 1 year because we need 1 year for Haiti to go into elections as scheduled by the MSS, as scheduled by the agreements by the Haitian National Police. There should be an election in Haiti next year, February, and that is what all this is gearing up for. Now, we need Port-au-Prince to be free of gangs in just 1 year. 85% controlled, it is a very complex task, but that can be solved by one thing, by having air support in Haiti. Well, the MSS has been asking for support time and time again, saying that the equipment that the MSS is using in Haiti is inadequate, is insufficient to fight the gangs in Haiti. And part of the equipment that the MSS has been saying that it needs include air support. And that is because the air support in Haiti, air superiority, will be a game changer in fighting gangs in Haiti. We are talking about a situation where the law enforcement and the gangs are almost equal because the kind of weapons that we are seeing with the guns are also sophisticated. These guns that they are getting from the US and other places are as sophisticated as they can get in fighting the law enforcement. Those are the weapons that these guns are using to fight the law enforcement. The law enforcement is also very much advanced because they are using modern equipment in fighting the guns. But we cannot ensure that Haiti has become a safer place if the law enforcement and the gangs are almost equal in fighting against each other. One has to be superior than the other so that it can win. And that means the one who will have air superiority. Right now, when we are talking about air superiority, we're talking about combat helicopters. We are talking about sophisticated drones, military drones, that they can be used in surveillance and fighting these armed gangs in different parts of Port-au-Prince and different parts of Haiti. Now, when we talk about helicopters, someone will say these gangs are fighting or they're shooting planes. That was the reason why the Toussaint Louverture International Airport was closed just weeks ago. But that should not be a problem to combat helicopters, because when these helicopters are made, they are made to go into battlegrounds. They are made to be shot at. That is why most of these helicopters, combat military helicopters, are armored and they are specially built to fight in these very tough terrains, very tough conditions where they are being shot at from the ground. So when we are saying that the MSS should have air support, we are talking of such military equipment that can be able to survive these hardship conditions that are erected by the gangs in Haiti. Well, these combat helicopters have reinforced armor and precise weapon systems that can bypass ground obstacles and directly strike positions. We're also talking about advanced drones, these drones that can offer superior surveillance capability, that can give thermal imaging, for example, in particular places where these gangs are hiding. Even in the darkest of the night, these drones will be used to surveil these places where these gangs are calling strongholds and show exactly where these gang members are hiding so that the law enforcement can have precise locations to fight the gangs in their strongholds without any casualties outside the gangs or the gang members. And this is important because they're hiding in communities where people are. And when the law enforcement targets people, innocent people, that will be another case altogether. That means that it is very important for the law enforcement to ensure that these attacks are targeted, they are precise, and this can be done with these combat helicopters and advanced drone systems that can single out where these gang members are and target these gang members specifically without hurting people in the community. Well, there are some conditions that have to be met for these operations to be successful. For example, pilot training is very important for these people to be skilled and to know the terrain in Port-au-Prince so that they can fight with these gangs in their turfs without having casualties of people that were not involved, as well as it is important to have maintenance of these special equipment so that they cannot break down when they are mid in these operations, so that they can be 100% in targeting and fighting the gangs in their turfs. These are the conditions that have to be met for these systems to work. These are the conditions that have to be met for air support to work in Haiti, to coordinate with the ground troops. The ground troops are very important. They are still very important to support the air support so that this coordination can ensure that these gangs do not have a way out. They do not have a place where they can run to where the law enforcement cannot reach. They do not have places where they can go when the law enforcement are in their turfs. With this coordination of the air support and the troops, it is possible for Haiti to be restored to normalcy as soon as possible, even before the MSS ends its mandate just later this year, because the mandate will run up to somewhere about October. This is possible if there will be air support that will assist the ground support to coordinate and fight the gangs in their turfs in Haiti.